Well, hello, I'm Steve Campbell, and I'm a managing partner at Patriot Energy Systems, and this is the R12K. We manufacture, build, and sell these right out of Pend Oreille in Idaho. Basically, it is a 12,000 watt solar generator. We have 10 320 watt panels, which gives you 3,200 watts of charging power. We have 380 watts coming out, and pretty soon 500 watt panels on the same footprint. We have a 12,000 watt solar brains on the whole thing. We've got 230 amp batteries, PCC, partial charged carbon batteries. This is our power distribution panel. We've tried to integrate this to make it as easy as possible for anybody who buys one of our systems to hook it up. We've got a 50 amp standard outlet right here, two 110 20 amp outlets that are on the case. We can also wire 30 amp anything else on a pigtail. So if you order these from us, we will build it to your specs. It's this simple. If you need power, you just hook up to those. We also have what we call the EMP shield on it. There's room for 3 of them. We only have 2 of them on there, protecting the brains and the batteries. In event of a Carrington event, a direct lightning strike, which will typically hit the corners, or a direct EMP, the system will shunt, it will detect the excess energy, trip the EMP, shunt it all down on a copper spike that we spike into the ground, and it grounds the system. The system will literally shut down. It will sense the electricity, the higher current. It'll shut down, and then you basically come back up, hit the button, and it starts right back up again. Now, this platform is transportable. We call it transportable, and because it's transportable, we technically field wire every one of these. So the permitting process is virtually nil. You field wire every one that you wire, and depending on how you want to wire it, these things will accept extra solar. You can do wind, you can do water, hydro. So if you have my system and running water year-round, you're set. This is literally decentralized energy at its best. You are not beholden to anybody. Nobody can shut off your power. You can go extra solar. And on the bottom here, we have a spot for hydrocarbon generators, basically a gas generator, a propane generator, or a diesel generator. Propane seems to be really popular with our clients because you can store the fuel for longer times and not have the problems that you're going to have with gasoline or diesel. So propane seems to be really, really popular. We can do 110, 220, 440, 1, 2, and 3 phase. 1 or 2 wire electric start. So if you have a generator, Onan, Coleman, anything, Predator, we can hook it up with a 1 or 2 wire start. It will automatically sense when your batteries get to 50%, 30%, whatever you decided to, you want the system to charge the batteries up to 100%. You can tie this in on the grid, so it may just tap the grid at 2 o'clock in the morning while energy is the cheapest, and it will top off your batteries to get you through the next day. Or if you're out remote areas and you have a propane generator or anything, it'll automatically fire the generator up, 1 or 2 wire start. It'll fire the generator up. When you get to your battery level, the level you want, it will automatically shut off. So everything really does everything for you. It's got a Wi-Fi capable, so if you're in an airport, say you have it at a hunting cabin, and this is powering your hunting cabin, you can actually turn it on and off from an airport as long as you have Wi-Fi. So the system itself is a Faraday cage to take a EMP pulse. It's portable. And the beauty about this is, if truly the shit does hit the fan, this thing's on a 48-inch skid, and it's 1,700 pounds. It'll go right in the back of a standard pickup truck. And you can boogie on out of there and be, in another 5 or 10 minutes, be up and running with another 12,000 watts anywhere. You're not beholden to anybody. So the decentralized nature of this, it's scalable, it's stackable. You can put 10 of these together, run up to 150,000 watts, power a small city, get 2 or 3 of your buddies, get them together, you can power a block. If you were to upgrade this basically will slave to 4 other units. And for expense-wise, it's going to save you a little money, because all we would do is put panels and batteries on the next one, and we would run, one unit would run 4 slave units, and you would park them accordingly so it would set out like a little arrow the way these are folded. You can use any type of battery you really want. We tend up here in the Pacific Northwest, it gets cold. And unfortunately, if you go with lithium and you charge a lithium battery under 32 degrees, not only will you destroy the battery, you will also void the warranty. So when you're talking batteries, 230 amp PCCs, 200 amp lithiums, we're talking upwards of $1,000 a battery. So, you know, it's not cheap. So if you wanted to add with these, you would just add units at a reduced cost because you don't need all the brains. You don't need the guts. Most of the stuff is just the panels. The panels are interchangeable. We'll be at 380 watt panels here pretty soon, and they're going to do 500 watt panels on the same footprint. And the technology, in my opinion, is just going to get better. They're going to do it more powerful at half the size, twice the power. So each battery bank rolls in and out, and these are actually we actually have a screw on here, but the battery system slides in and it sets in. We do not have the clips on this one, or I'd show you to clip in on that one, but you can add up to 2 more battery trays, and each of them slide in on rollers on each of these wings. And you can go up to 3 trays, I believe, to give you close to 4,000 amps of reserve, amp hour reserve. So quite a bit of battery reserve. Obviously, when you're putting those big 200-pound PCC batteries, those 230 amp batteries on here, it can get a little tricky getting them up into here to the plate on the third, but we manage. The frame itself is one of the most solid parts. It consists of the frame, the halo, and the wings. And each individual wing and halo can be detached. So if there's any problems with maintenance, there's any problems with design, any problems you have, it's made that you can actually take it down very, very easy with 2 pins on each one, outside one, and 2 pins on the inside. So literally this thing comes down and goes up, undeploys and deploys in less than 10 minutes. 5 minutes to undeploy it, 7 minutes to deploy it. We do have a small 3,000 watt system. I invite you to go back onto my website again, patriotenergysystems.com, and you can see our small 3,000 portables. And basically those are for our RV users. You can put 400 watt panels on those, and that'll get you by for the weekend. It's a 12 volt system. This thing is a 48 volt system. This thing is the Mac Daddy. This very, very powerful. Nothing like it. We throw in a trailer, and you get all the tax advantages on this thing that you would do a standard roof mount house system at virtually the same price. We feel our product is superior. There's no roof penetration. If the wind comes, ice storm, fire, hurricane, you undeploy it and take it with you. Or just undeploy it and let it sit out there. It'll take 130 mile per hour winds, so just sitting out, it's not going to go anywhere. We ask that you undeploy these at 60 miles per hour. In its configuration right now, and that wind comes, it'll act like a sail. So anything over 60, undeploy it, and then when the wind dies down, redeploy it. It's just that simple. It's a simple hand crank. You just point these things south, undeploy them, and crank it up at an angle. Basic unit, 4 batteries, no trailer, 38,000. When you start adding EMPs, a trailer, extra batteries, we can be up to $46,000, $47,000 very, very quickly. We have not really worked out. We don't have any outlets right now as far as sales outlets. I haven't dealt with any generator shops right now that have ours in there. Again, we have 3 or 4 units that are getting ready to be deployed right now. So as soon as we get those deployed, we'll be in full manufacturing, and it takes us about 3 days to make one. So with a welder, a helper, and a electrical guy, 3 days, and 12,000 watts. It's amazing. If you think about it, every 750 watts is a horsepower. So you can do the math. For example, on the small 3000s that we have, the portables, those are about 4 horsepower. So a 4,000 Onan generator would be a little more than 5. We have the ability to come in and grow the system. Meaning, if you wanted to add far more batteries than you really needed, we have the ability to tie that in the system. If you wanted to do more panels, just panels, we can do that too. We can actually, if you want to call and tell us how you want this thing pre-wired, what you're going to do with it, we'll wire it right at the factory, and it'll come right out of the factory pre-wired to your specs. You just tell us what you want. Very easy. If you want your generator on there, we'll put a generator on there for you. If you want a propane generator on there, we'll put a propane generator on there for you. If you want a wind turbine, why we hook it up? Your electrician hooks it up, but we will provide you with the schematics on how to hook that up. We have schematics for basically every way you want to wire this. So we've tried to think of everything. To clean this, you walk around and take a hose and you just spray it. And just spray it right off. And it comes, all the dirt, everything goes right off. It is so easy to clean. And if you really get a hankering, take a broom and put a towel over it, and you can just wipe those panels down nice and clean.
So how do I call you? What's the number?
The number is 888-53-LIBERTY, which is 888-535-4237. And that's our 800 number.
What's the website?
And the website is also patriotenergysystems.com, and that's plural, patriotenergysystems.com. And that answers most all the questions on the website. And you can always email me there at info@patriotenergysystems.com.
Well, that's all I have for this video. Bang around that bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos come out. Call us on the hotline if you have comments or questions and want to be featured in an upcoming video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.